Welcome back, Leanaholics. I'm your host, Dr. Luke. Today we're going to be talking about the benefits and efforts matrix. Now, the benefits and efforts matrix is one of the first tools that we can use in the analyze phase. So we've gotten through the define phase where we define the problem. We've done the measure phase, we've gotten our current state data, and we've answered the question, are we capable of meeting customer expectations and how's our process behaving? And now we're into the analyze phase, which answers the question, why isn't our process behaving? And why are we not capable of meeting customer expectations? Well, this is the time where we're going to put the solutions out there. So when we're starting to solution, we can use this benefits and efforts matrix, and it's as simple as its name, the benefit versus the effort of implementing these different solutions. The steps that I generally follow when I do this is I list all the solutions first. And then once I've listed the solution, then I'm going to jump into the effort to implement this particular solution. And the effort, now these are on a scale of 1 to 5, as you can see in the tool here. And just be wary of giving things 5, because I see a lot of teams just jump into it. Everything is the greatest benefit. Well, if we can automate this and maybe remove the need for 12 initials and getting it down to 1, that's just going to be this 5 out of 5. Is it really? Well, think about what we talk about in the classroom and what qualifies a 5. Well, a 5 is something that says, listen, here's the goal for our project, right? This is our big overarching goal. If I remove the need for initials 12 times and get it down to 1 or 2 times or something like that, well, great. That's probably going to save me a little bit of time. But how close is that if we're talking about chopping down an entire 6 hours on a process and it takes us a couple of seconds and only 4 or 5 people have to do that? We'll say that it's not going to have that big of an impact. What I want you to do when you're thinking your way through the benefits and efforts of these, think your way through the question of how much does this benefit the end goal? It can certainly have an effect and it can certainly be great, and we want to rank and stack them accordingly. So when I'm giving the 1 through 5, like I said, be cautious with 5. There are things that are actually 5, certainly, but it'll make you at least have a discussion to get there, because not everything is the greatest benefit in the world. Something might be a great help, but it's just not the one that's going to get you over the finish line to that goal, right? So anyway, getting back to it, I also don't argue about numbers. If somebody's going to give it a 5 and a 4 and a 4 and a 5, I'll say, okay, can we agree to 4.75 or can we agree to 4.55 or whatever it is? Don't argue about it. It's a simple Excel file. It's more about the conversation you're having, which you hear me say with a lot of the tools. But when you're doing your benefits, list out the benefits. You list down the side the potential solutions, then you go into the benefits section. And when you're doing the benefits, the reason I have you do it in that order is because instead of having you go from listing out one solution, then doing the benefit, then the effort, or the effort, then benefit, whatever it is, what you find when you do that is you start to rank things, but you don't have any other anchor points for the first few of them, right? So you end up going back through them anyway once you've ranked them. So what I have you do is I have my teams brainstorm, list out all the potential solutions, then go into the benefits section. Then we can start to rank and stack them, right, accordingly, because they're all listed in front of us, or what we've come up with so far for our potential solutions. And then I'm going to go into the effort to implement them. So the benefits, wonderful. That's how close it's going to get us to our end goal. Now, what is the actual effort to implement this? Does this require a large IT solution, bringing in other people? Is this something we can just go and do pretty quickly? Is this going to have effect on other things? The whole point is, how much effort is it going to take to implement this potential solution? And this is your first initial discussion you've had about solutioning at this point. So it's a great tool for just ranking and stacking what you've got for your potential solutions, benefits and efforts. It's not the last conversation. You use a failure modes and effects analysis is another tool we use in another video here, but that'll be following this tool. But we just want to have that initial discussion, just as basic as can be. Let's brainstorm, get them all out there. What's the benefit of implementing them versus the effort to implement them? And then let's say we come up with 20 ideas and we end up narrowing that down to our top, 5, 6 ideas. Wonderful. Now, the failure modes and effects analysis tool is going to help us with the next piece of that and looking for potential failure modes when we implement these. But for wrapping up this video, the benefits and efforts, just a quick way to get that initial solutioning done, to have a cursory discussion and just say which ones are going to give this biggest bang for our buck. Hope this helps you with your benefits and efforts. I hope to see you in the classroom.